اسمع هالمحادثة.
إيلين، أنا رايح على البنك، لازم أصرف مصاري.
منيح، أنا رايحة على البلد كمان، بقدر أخدك بالسيارة.
بالسيارة؟ طيب هي فكرة منيحة، بس بحب أمشي عن قريب من فضلك.
إيه، حأمشي حالاً.
اسمع هالمحادثة مرة تانية.
إيلين، أنا رايح على البنك، لازم أصرف مصاري.
منيح، أنا رايحة على البلد كمان، بقدر أخدك بالسيارة.
بالسيارة؟ طيب هي فكرة منيحة، بس بحب أمشي عن قريب من فضلك.
إيه، حأمشي حالاً.
Now you're an American speaking with a Syrian colleague. Referring to you and your wife, you ask, "Would you like to go to a movie with us?"
بتحبي تروحي لفيلم معنا؟
You tell her about the movie. Say, "I saw it before,"
شفته قبل.
and "I'd like to see it again."
وبحب شوفه مرة تانية.
But it doesn't matter.
بس ما بيهم.
Try to say, "I can see it later."
بقدر شوفه بعدين.
How does she say that she'd like to see the movie too?
بحب شوف الفيلم كمان.
How would she say she hasn't seen it?
ما شفته.
Tell her, "I saw it before, but I'd like to see it again."
شفته قبل، بس بحب شوفه مرة تانية.
Or would you like to play cards with us?
ولا بتحبي تلعبي شدة معنا؟
She tells you she's staying with friends and says, "I will play cards with them tomorrow."
حألعب شدة معهم بكرة.
Tell her, "My wife plays cards pretty well."
مرتي بتلعب شدة منيح كتير.
Better than me.
أحسن مني.
She says, "Really?"
عن جد؟
You confirm it, saying, "Yes, that's right," but it doesn't matter.
إيه صح، بس ما بيهم.
Ask your colleague if she plays tennis.
بتلعبي تنس؟
She laughs and says, "No, I never play tennis."
لا، ما بلعب تنس أبداً.
She says, "I will play cards with you and with your wife soon."
حألعب شدة معك ومع مرتك عن قريب.
Now you're speaking with another colleague. How does she ask you when you will be leaving for Aleppo?
إمتى حتمشي لحلب؟
Tell her, "Soon. I will leave tomorrow."
عن قريب، حأمشي بكرة.
Checking her calendar, how would she ask, "And when will you return?"
وإمتى حترجع؟ ترجع. حترجع. وإمتى حترجع؟
Tell her, "I have a meeting on Monday."
عندي اجتماع التنين.
And one more Tuesday morning in Aleppo.
وواحد تاني 3 الصبح بحلب.
هلأ قول
I have a lot of work there.
عندي شغل كتير هنيك.
You continue, I have another meeting on Wednesday in Homs.
عندي اجتماع تاني الأربعاء بحمص.
So I won't return until Thursday.
لذلك ما حأرجع للخميس. حأرجع.
She asks, At what time will you return?
أي الساعة حترجع؟
قول
I will come back Thursday night.
حأرجع الخميس بالليل.
You want to exchange money for your trip. Ask, Do you know where to exchange money?
بتعرفي وين أصرف مصاري؟
She tells you, There is a bank on Abid Street.
في بنك بشارع العابد.
How does she say, You have to go into town?
لازم تروح على البلد.
To say, in order to, or for, she uses,
لا
how would she say, in order to exchange money?
لأصرف مصاري. لا لأصرف مصاري.
She says to you, You can exchange money.
اسمع أعيد
بتقدر تصرف مصاري. اصرف. تصرف. بتقدر تصرف مصاري.
She says, You can exchange money at the bank.
تقدر تصرف مصاري بالبنك.
قول
In that case, I will go to the bank right away.
إذن حروح على البنك حالا.
In order to exchange some money.
لأصرف مصاري.
قول
I have a meeting now, but I'm going there soon.
عندي اجتماع هلأ بس رايح لهنيك عن قريب.
Do you remember the word for 11?
11.
Try to say 11:30.
11 ونص.
And do you remember the word for 12?
12.
Try to say 12:30 or 12:30.
12 ونص.
Say that it's 12:30 now.
الساعة 12 ونص هلأ.
She says the meeting today is at 2:00.
الاجتماع اليوم الساعة 2.
قول
So I have to go to the bank right away.
لذلك لازم روح على البنك حالا.
In order to exchange money before the meeting.
لأصرف مصاري قبل الاجتماع.
Another colleague asks you, Is the meeting at 11:30 today?
الاجتماع الساعة 11:30 اليوم.
You check and say, The first meeting is at 12:30.
أول اجتماع الساعة 12 ونص.
هلأ قول
And after the meeting,
وبعد الاجتماع
I can exchange money at the bank.
بقدر أصرف مصاري بالبنك.
She needs to go too. She says, Really?
عن جد؟
How do you tell her, That's right, I'm going to the bank?
صح، رايح على البنك. صح.
Remembering that you're speaking to a woman, try to say, You can exchange money at the bank too.
تقدري تصرفي مصاري بالبنك كمان. تقدري تصرفي.
She says that she has to go to the bank.
لازم روح على البنك.
Say to her, In that case, how about we go together?
إذن شو رأيك نروح سوا؟
I can take you in my car.
بقدر أخدك بسيارتي.
Later, you stop in a bookshop and meet a good friend. Referring to a woman, she says, I want to buy this book for my friend.
بدي اشتري هالكتاب لرفيقتي. لرفيقتي.
She tries to read the price. Is it 400 pounds?
ب400 ليرة؟
The price isn't marked clearly. She asks the clerk, How much is this book?
بقديش هالكتاب؟
Is it 300 pounds or is it 400 pounds?
ب300 ليرة ولا ب400 ليرة؟
He tells her, this book is very beautiful.
هالكتاب حلو كتير.
It's 400 pounds for you.
ب400 ليرة إليك.
She shows him another, saying, And another book for my daughter.
وكتاب تاني لبنتي.
The clerk says, It's 300 pounds.
ب300 ليرة.
He says, These books are very beautiful.
هالكتب حلوة كتير.
Your friend says, I'm sorry, but I don't have enough money with me.
آسفة بس ما معي مصاري كافية.
She continues, I want to buy these books.
بدي اشتري هالكتب.
She figures out what she needs, saying 400 pounds and 300 pounds.
400 ليرة و300 ليرة.
In order to buy these books.
لأشتري هالكتب. لأشتري هالكتب.
She shows you what she has and says, I don't have enough money with me.
ما معي مصاري كافية. ما معي مصاري كافية.
Remembering that you're speaking to a woman, say, You can exchange money at the bank.
تقدري تصرفي مصاري بالبنك.
She says, That's right. In order to exchange money,
صح، لأصرف مصاري.
I will go to the bank.
حروح على البنك.
قول
You can exchange money there right away.
تقدري تصرفي مصاري هنيك حالاً.
And come back in order to buy these books.
وترجعي لتشتري هالكتب.
Later you say, the restaurant Bargis is not far from here.
برجيس.
مطعم برجيس مو بعيد من هون.
You want to suggest she join you and your wife for lunch. Here's how to say to a woman, to have lunch, meaning you have lunch.
اسمع أعيد.
تتغدي. تتغدي. تتغدي.
Ask her, would you like to have lunch?
بتحبي تتغدي؟ بتحبي تتغدي؟
With me and with my wife?
معي ومع مرتي؟
You want to tell her that their Syrian food is very tasty. First, here's the word for Syrian when referring to food.
اسمع أعيد.
شامي. مي. شامي.
And do you remember how to say, I eat?
آكل. آكل.
The word for food is almost the same.
اسمع أعيد.
أكل. أكل. آكل. أكل. أكل.
The word for tasty is the same as all right. Try to say tasty.
طيب. طيب.
Now try to say tasty Syrian food. Literally, food Syrian tasty.
أكل شامي طيب. أكل شامي طيب.
Do you remember how to say at their place?
عندن.
That also means they have. Try to say they have tasty Syrian food.
عندن أكل شامي طيب. عندن.
Ask, would you like to have lunch there with me and my wife?
بتحبي تتغدي هنيك معي ومع مرتي؟
Your friend says, I'm sorry, but today I don't have time.
آسفة بس اليوم ما عندي وقت.
I know the restaurant Bargis.
بعرف مطعم برجيس.
And yes, they have very tasty Syrian food.
وإيه عندن أكل شامي طيب كتير.
But I have a meeting at 12:30 today.
بس عندي اجتماع الساعة 12:30 اليوم.
Another meeting at 2:30.
اجتماع تاني الساعة 2:30.
And one more at 3:30.
وواحد تاني الساعة 3:30.
She tells you, I'm sorry, I would like to have lunch at Bargis.
آسفة بحب نتغدى ببرجيس.
They have very tasty Syrian food.
عندن أكل شامي طيب كتير.
But today I can't.
بس اليوم ما بقدر.
Now you're speaking with an acquaintance who is leaving on a trip. Ask her when she will leave.
إمتى حتمشي؟ إمتى حتمشي؟
She answers, I will leave for Aleppo tomorrow morning.
حأمشي لحلب بكرة الصبح. حأمشي.
How do you ask her? Can you return on Friday?
تقدري ترجعي الجمعة؟ ترجعي؟
How would she say, Yes, I'd like to come back Thursday night?
إيه بحب أرجع الخميس بالليل.
But I have a lot of work there.
بس عندي شغل كتير هنيك.
You tell her about a restaurant you know of in Aleppo. You say, Before, I went to the Alisar restaurant.
قبل رحت لمطعم أليسار.
They have very tasty Syrian food.
عندهم أكل شامي طيب كتير.
She knows it too. She says, I will go there with my friends.
حروح لهنيك مع رفقاتي.
She says, But I have a lot of work in Aleppo too.
بس عندي شغل كتير بحلب كمان.
I have a meeting on Wednesday.
عندي اجتماع الأربعاء.
And another one Thursday morning.
واحد تاني الخميس الصبح.
Thursday night, I will see my friends at the restaurant Barjis.
الخميس بالليل حشوف رفقاتي بمطعم برجيس.
You approve, saying, Yes, they have very tasty Syrian food.
إيه عندهم أكل شامي طيب كتير.
Ask her how she's going to Aleppo.
كيف رايحة لحلب؟
You want to ask if she's going to fly, or literally, go by plane. Here's the plane.
اسمع أعيد.
الطيارة. طيارة. الطيارة.
Here's how to ask a woman, Will you fly?
اسمع أعيد.
حتاخدي الطيارة؟ تاخدي؟ حتاخدي؟ حتاخدي الطيارة؟
Ask her if she will take the plane.
حتاخدي الطيارة؟ حتاخدي الطيارة؟
She answers, No, I will take the train. Here's how to say the train.
اسمع أعيد.
القطار. طار. قطار. القطار.
How would you ask her if she will take the train?
حتاخدي القطار؟ حتاخدي القطار؟
Or will you fly?
ولا حتاخدي الطيارة؟
How would she say, I will not take the plane?
ما حأخد الطيارة. حأخد.
Next week, I will take the train.
الجمعة الجاية حأخد القطار. الجمعة الجاية حأخد القطار.
But in February, I will take the plane again.
بس بشباط حآخد الطيارة مرة تانية.
She says, this time.
هالمرة
How does she say that this time she will take the train?
هالمرة حآخد القطار.
Try to say, by train.
بالقطار. بالقطار.
She says, I will take the train to Aleppo this time.
حآخد القطار لحلب هالمرة.
How would she say, I like to travel by train?
بحب السفر بالقطار.
I don't like to drive.
ما بحب سوق.
And I don't want to take the plane.
وما بدي آخد طيارة.
By train, Aleppo is 5 hours away from Damascus. How does she say, I have the time to take the train?
عندي الوقت آخد القطار. آخد.
I can read a book.
بقدر أقرأ كتاب.
And perhaps one more.
وممكن واحد تاني. واحد تاني.
Try to ask her, can you return by train?
تقدري ترجعي بالقطار؟
Or will you take the plane?
ولا حتاخدي الطيارة؟ حتاخدي.
How would she say, yes, I will come back by plane?
إيه حأرجع بالطيارة. حأرجع بالطيارة.
She says, on Friday at 11:30.
الجمعة الساعة 11:30.
She corrects herself. No, at 12:30.
لا الساعة 12:30. 12:30.
On Friday, I don't have much time.
الجمعة ما عندي وقت كتير.
She says, so on Friday, I will not take the train.
لذلك الجمعة ما حآخد القطار.
سؤال.
Do you like to travel by plane?
بتحبي السفر بالطيارة؟
How would she answer? No, not much, but it doesn't matter.
لا مو كتير. بس ما بيهم. مو كتير.
How did you ask her if she will take the plane?
حتاخدي الطيارة؟
She tells you yes, then you ask, what time will you return?
أي ساعة حترجعي؟ أي ساعة حترجعي؟
She answers, I will come back at 12:30.
حأرجع الساعة 12:30. 12:30.
قول.
All right, have a good trip.
طيب بالسلام.